First at 5, handcuffed and let off. Tonight, Haley Zank begins punishment for actions that killed 3 of her friends in Lincoln County. But the judge's sentencing this afternoon draws ire and outrage from families of those victims. I'm Lauren Traeger in for Samantha Jones tonight.
I'm Corey Stark. Haley Zank will do 120 days behind bars for taking those lives. She did that while driving with booze, fentanyl, THC, ketamine, and a sleeping pill in her system.
Our Shoshana Stahl is live for us in St. Charles, where the sentencing was moved to. So Shoshana, tell us what happened in court today.
Yeah, Lauren, Corey, the judge said that his decision was justice tempered with mercy, but the family of those victims out here today outraged, saying they didn't find it as mercy, really too upset to even speak to us after the judge giving that decision down, saying it wasn't justice for them and for their families. Now, today in court, we also heard from Haley Zank for the first time ever today.
And you guys are the first thing on my mind and the last thing on my mind. And I'm just so sorry that this happened. I'm just so sorry.
It was a packed courtroom today with dozens sitting inside and even more out in the hallway. The loved ones of the victims in tears as emotions ran high from start to finish. Several months ago, Zank entered an Alford plea, meaning she's not admitting guilt, but acknowledges that prosecutors have enough evidence for a conviction. The defense attorney arguing today she has worked extensively over the last year in rehab and at church to better herself. We heard victim impact statements from the families of Emily McNeese, Will Flickinger, and Caden Tyler, the 3 killed in that crash. All of those letters directed towards Haley, emphasizing the way that her decision behind the wheel impacted all of these lives. Never getting to see their children graduate, get married, or have kids of their own. Trevor Bogart survived the crash, saying he's held together by rods, screws, and bolts and is in physical pain every single day. He wrote a letter to the judge as well today, not actually showing up in court, saying that what's worse is the emotional pain he carries daily as a survivor of the crash.
From every wound there is a scar, and every scar tells a story. A story that says I survived. I survived surviving 2 months and 3 weeks in a hospital after a near-fatal accident by a drunk driver that took my 3 friends' lives and almost mine. That drunk driver is Haley Zank. I will never forget that hill you jumped as everyone was yelling for you to stop.
He said that he remembers all of the moments before the crash and moments even following the crash. He said that he carries the lives of his 3 friends with him every single day as that lone survivor. Now, we asked the prosecuting attorney, some of the family expressing to us their concerns about the message this sends to other teens in the area about the consequences of drinking and driving. The prosecutor says his office is continuing to work to make sure that's not the case and that he does not encourage any teens to get behind the wheel if there's any drugs or alcohol in their system. He says it was ultimately up to the judge, their office not making any recommendation of what they think should have happened, and that it's the judge's decision at the end of the day. The judge deciding 120 days in the St. Charles County Jail. If she was to violate her probation, which is a 5-year-long probation, then she could go to the Department of Corrections for 10 years. Live in St. Charles County, Shoshana Stahl, First Alert 4.